Hey, welcome back to Chasing Your Someday. Today, I want to talk about the fear that stops us. Like, even when I posted my first video yesterday, I was not sure that I should. Like, I thought I should, I don't know, reshoot this video. I thought, let me do it again. Like, I listened to it, watched it over a few times, and I thought, this could be better. And then it's just like hard to put something out there in the world, right? So it's this fear that stops us. And I didn't always have this fear. I used to just be able to, I don't know how, but like just do stuff. Like I just did stuff. Like many, many years ago, when our kids were just born, I decided I was going to start a YouTube channel. And it was like a family vlog style, like that was the thing to do back then. And I just did it. Like I just dove in and I didn't have any qualms of like, hey, what are people gonna think of me? I don't know why back then I had less concerns. I think maybe I'd been more challenged in my life, like things that I had to dive into. So my sort of resistance layer, or I don't know what the name for it is, wasn't as thick, right? I just did it and I didn't care what people thought. And I said that, I remember at that time, like saying that's my superpower. Like I don't care what people think of me or what I'm doing. And it helped me do some great things. And then I don't know what happened. I feel like COVID or just being in a different environment, like we had moved out further west, like I wasn't in the city anymore. I moved out more to the, it's not even suburbs, it's more like rural area. People were just not, I don't know, more conservative, I guess. It was just like a different feeling in that. And just, I don't know, through getting older and work and life and I don't know, maybe some of the crap going on in the world, I just became more concerned about what people thought of me. And that really started putting limitations on what I did or didn't do. I don't know. It's what I've been struggling with. So that vlog got difficult to maintain. Like I felt like with having a family, it wasn't really staying on top of doing vlogs, and I wasn't sure what the heck I was doing. I felt like I was just doing it. I didn't really have a plan, so that sort of fizzled. And I think just got busy with life. But then as I've been living life, it's harder to get back into those things, harder to do those things. And I put all these blockers up there, why I can't do it. Like, time, I say like time. But the reality is time is not a problem if you really passionately want to do something. You'll figure out a way to do it. When people say, I don't have enough time to do this, or I don't have enough time to do that, it's an excuse. Like, let's face it, that's an excuse. You've got the time, It's like, I haven't had time to call my friends or connect with somebody. No, you had the time. You just didn't want to do it. Like that wasn't a priority. That wasn't the thing you were going to do. And I just feel like I've struggled in a few areas with that, just it's been fear. It's been like not knowing. Maybe it's been not fully knowing what my plan was, right? Because when you go into something and you don't really have a plan, like that's another thing that like holds you up. You're like, I need to have the exact plan. I need to know the exact steps. I want to understand, like I'm going from here to there. And, sometimes it's really helpful because I think you do hit a point where you do need to have somewhat of a plan to keep on going. But like when you're just starting, like just getting started, sometimes it's just getting started. It's taking those first steps. So like I made the video yesterday. Let's circle back to that, right? I made it, I put it out there. I ended up rambling. But it's out there. And I said, I gotta follow up. I've got to do another video. And when I did that video, I'd like set up my DSLR camera. I was like in my, in what's like my office / DJ room / fun woman cave, dyke cave, whatever you want to call it. And I like had spent time, right? Like getting ready for that. And I was like, this is going to be like a blocker. Like I can't always do this. I can't always be perfect, right? And that's what I struggle with too. So that perfection, right? Perfect microphone, perfect camera, perfect lighting, perfect set, scenery. And I can't always be perfect. I can't put myself in that position where I have to be perfect in order like to do something, because then the thing that I need to do is not really going to get done, and then I have excuses why that thing's not getting done or why I'm not fulfilling what I set out to do. And I said very clearly, like, I'm 49, this is my year to make videos, like I want to do it. So then today I was like, well, I took the day off of work and I was like, well, how can I make this easy for myself? Like, why am I always making things so hard? Why is that perfection that makes things so hard? And so what I'm doing right now is I'm recording on my phone, trying to make things easy, just trying it out, right? So that I don't create like this perfection with, what is perfection? That's sort of a fear too, right? Like I have this fear that if I'm not perfect, or if it's doesn't look good, doesn't sound good, like I'm not going to put it out there. Again, a blocker. So, I'm creating these hurdles for myself because they don't have to be there, right? Like it doesn't have to be there, just do it. And years ago, so circling back, like years ago, like I don't think I had those same concerns, right? I went out, I bought a camera. I was like, what does this camera do? Let me use this camera. I'm going to vlog. I'm going to take videos. Let's do it. Let's go. Here we go. And then over the years, I've just sort of established this, again, like need to have this perfection. But is it the world around me that sets that up? I really think that's what it is too. Let's talk about that now, right? Let's talk about social media and talk about how everybody seems like they've got their stuff together and they have like the prettiest pictures, like everything's perfect. Wow, look at this fun life they have. So I think maybe it's a product of that. Maybe 11 years ago, I wasn't as affected by all of that by social media, right? Let's think back 11 years. We didn't have like all of this, like, I mean, maybe Instagram existed, but it wasn't like that big of a place in our lives as it is now, or we're just living in this world of social media. So maybe that actually is what has caused these blockers, caused these hurdles, caused this need to, again, feel like I've got perfection before I put something out there, feel fearful that I am putting something out there, not going at things the way I used to. I don't know, maybe that's the reason. Now that I'm talking it out with you here and I'm thinking about it and we're having this conversation, maybe it's that. And so I want this video to hopefully just show people that like you don't have to have everything all together, and you don't have to have like this extreme amount of confidence that, hey, this is going to be great. You just have to dive in and you just have to do it. Like just do the stuff that you want to do. Again, this is about like, right, chasing your someday, right? A lot of people out there probably say, hey, someday I really would like to start a vlog, start a YouTube channel. I'd like to start doing that. Like, why aren't you doing it? Are you not doing it because you've created this, immense wall between you and doing that thing because you're scared, because you feel like you don't have the technology to do it? Like, I'm on my phone right now. I'm on my phone and I've got this like little light in front of me. I got some like cheap little stands here, and I'm using this DJI microphone that's like this little DJI thing. Whatever, I'll link it below. It's got like a little, I don't know, I'm wearing it here. You can't see it, it's out of frame, but to get better audio, like that's what I'm doing. I'll link everything below, like, and I'll make him affiliate links in case one day this channel takes off and, hey, maybe I can make a few bucks off of it. It's not why I'm doing that though. Like, just want to be clear. I want to help you get started. Like this is pretty easy, right? We all have a phone. These few things that I have right here, it's not an immense amount of technology. And here I am. I'm here making this video. But yesterday I was in my office space, that's my DJ space, with like a really expensive camera, a really expensive microphone, really expensive tripod, feeling like I had a backlight, neon backlight thing, or LED backlight thing, whatever the heck the thing, a light, like and I don't know. I don't think that you need that. I was looking at like some other folks I had mentioned yesterday that like inspired me to start making these videos. I don't remember their names. Like some guy, he's like some kind of like I don't know, Western, like, I don't know, Creek Wrangler or something school, another, I don't remember his name. It's just this guy. He's just like sitting there talking about his life, right? We all come from different places, and this guy, he's interesting. And there's a bunch of other channels out there. There's so many YouTube channels, right? But the whole idea that you just like set up a camera, have a conversation, start a dialogue, talk about life, maybe help somebody somewhere who's sitting there listening to your conversation. And it doesn't have to be high tech. You don't have to have all the bells and whistles, right? It's about the conversation. It's about, the dialogue. It's about, what are we talking about? What are we sharing here? So don't do what I did, right? Don't create those hurdles for yourself and put those boundaries there that are going to be really difficult to get past, for you to get to your someday, for you to get to the thing that you want to do. Try to think about how you can simplify things, or think about, well, why are things so difficult, right? It's the fear, right? So it's one, getting past the fear, and two, just trying to simplify things. Because that fear, like, nobody else out there, they don't have their stuff together. Like I said, like, it's just this perception from social media, because everything you see looks so perfect, because people don't share the crappy stuff. People don't share necessarily their fears. They don't share their failures. They don't share, like, where they, when they're at the deepest, darkest depths of their emotional being. Like, they're not sharing that with you. So it's all smiles, roses, and happy kids. I mean, I think that's part of, like, some of the vlogging. It was like, I vlogged, like, all the happy stuff. There was so much stuff that was so hard being a parent. And it's like, am I making people feel like parenting twins is like this easy endeavor? Because it's not. It wasn't. What am I putting out there? Am I part of the problem? I don't know. I had some of those thoughts in my head, right? I have those thoughts in my head when I post pictures on social media too. It's like, here's my happy family. But what you didn't see is the 1 hour time before this, for 60 minutes, struggling with getting the kids in the car, struggling with getting, everybody dressed, struggling to get to the appointment with the photographer who took those pictures, and then the amazing photographer making us look super happy and super awesome family, for those snaps of the photo. And then I put that out there in the world, and it's like, oh, look at this beautiful family. I'll show you the picture just for the heck of it. But, like, seriously, before this picture, kids were screaming. We were worried we were going to be late. My one daughter didn't want to wear the outfit that she was supposed to wear. There was a lot of crying involved. And I was upset. I was like, I got these outfits so everybody, like, matches, and, like, you're going to wear it with what? You're supposed to wear these pants and these shoes with it. All the things that, like, really after the fact, like, they don't matter. But I was, as a parent, I was like, come on, like, we all need to, like, wear what we were supposed to wear. And that's a whole nother video, right? Where it's something like I need to, I think we get too caught up on things as parents that we need our kids to do, and we need to loosen up sometimes a little bit. I had to rein myself back in a little bit there. I started going down a tangent, so I figured I'd stop myself. That could be for another video. But yeah, I hope this was helpful. Just get out there and do stuff. Don't be scared. Get it done. Think about how you'll feel once you do that thing that you've been talking about doing, that you're not doing. I mean, think about how you'll feel once you start doing that thing. And even if you fail, like, it's the step in a direction, right? To step in a direction. Because if you don't take any of those steps, if you don't step in any direction towards success, towards failure, if you just stay where you are, you're not going to get to any of those places you want to go to. You are not going to get to your someday. You're just going to stay where you are. And that sucks, right? Because that's not what you want. You've got the growth mindset, and that means you want to go to your someday. You want to get there. And you got to do things that are uncomfortable. You got to do things you don't know how to do. Maybe you got to do some things you don't like to do. But by doing them, you're getting closer to your someday. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next one.